Welcome back. We'll be looking at the base 10 logarithms. And before we get started, we have to remember some things. We have to go back and just do a real quick review of what it looks like to have something with a base 10 raised to a power. So let's just get started with that then. Okay, if we look to these here, you're going to see that we have up on top 10 to the power of 4. That means 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, and that's 10,000. Okay, that's not so difficult. We go here to the next one. We get 10 times 10 times 10. That's 10. That's 1,000, and so on and so on. I remember we had some discussions when it got to a number raised to the power of 0 and that it's equal to 1. And here, at least you can see that at least it follows the pattern. It may be difficult to accept, but 5 to the 0 is 1, 7 to the 0 is 1, 10 to the 0 is 1. It's just one of those things that you'll have to accept. I've shown you a graph of how that can work so that it becomes a little bit comfortable, but again, you'll just have to accept it at this point. Then we get to these, and that means 1 divided by 10. And this one over here, that means 1 divided by 10 squared. Having a hard time drawing today, sorry about that. So don't be afraid of the numbers being raised to a power that is negative. It's just a kind of a shorthand to help us out there. So 1 divided by 10 squared is what that one would mean. And this 1 divided by 10 to the power of 3. Not really very complicated. Now, we had to go through this little reminder, so that we could take the next step and learn what a base 10 logarithm is all about. So let's do that. The log of 10,000 would be 4, because 10 has to be raised to the power of 4. Let me bring in this calculator here. If we say 10,000 and then do log, some calculators say LG, don't worry about that, you get 4. Okay, interesting. I'll take the calculator away for a second. Now let's go on to the next one here. Okay, the log of 1,000 is 3, because that's what 10 must be raised to get 1,000. And so on, and so on, and so on. Now here, I'll bring the calculator back real quick again. Okay, I want to just have you be convinced on more than one front. Okay, we have 0.1 log -1, just like the little chart said. Put the calculator on the side again. Let's check this out. Here again, 10 raised to the power of -2 gives you 0.01. That's why the log of 0.01 is -2. And so on. All right, let's try to see if we can get a kind of a feel for where the log of 500 will be. We can think like this. We say, well, 500 is less than 1,000, but more than 100. Therefore, it is logical to assume that we will find the answer somewhere in between this 2 and 3. And that's exactly what we find. I'll bring this over here. 500 log 2.6989 and a bazillion little decimals. We're not going to worry about those. Okay, let's clear this up. There we go. We expect to find it there, and in fact, we did. Now, some people would like to think that it is going to be right in the middle, but it isn't. Logarithms don't really work that way. In between, yes, but not exactly in the middle. So we can't expect to have a 2.5 or something as our logarithm when it's in the middle points. Let's yeah, we had that. We could think of another number, say 70. Okay, we would expect to find it Well, somewhere in between these guys. So 1 point something should be it. Let's give that a shot here. 70 log 1.845. Okay, not bad. It was between the 1, and we expected it to be 1 point something. It's closer to 100, so we expect it to be closer to 2 than to 1, and we got a really nice little 1.8 about. So, all right, hope that helps.